Welcome back to 24 Hours Trending News Channel. Russia on Wednesday warned the United Nations against investigating the use of Iranian drones in Ukraine. Earlier, Ukrainesaid Iran broke a UN Security Council embargo on the transfer of drones with a 300-kilometer range. Kyiv invited UN specialists to examine the debris from Shahed-136 drones that were being deployed by Russia to attack civilian targets. The discussions occurred during the closed-door Security Council meeting called by the US, France, and UK in response to the deployment of Iranian-made drones to Russia. The trio of permanent members of the UN Security Council said Russia had breached the UN arms embargo on Iran. On Monday, Kyiv Mayor Vitaly Klitschko said that the city was struck by kamikaze drones that killed people and damaged several residential buildings. Both the European Union and United States said they have proof that Iranian Shahed-136 low-cost drones, that explode on landing, are behind at least 5 deaths in Kyiv on Monday. In a little more than a month, Ukraine claims to have shot down more than 220 Iranian drones, and images have surfaced that appear to establish an Iranian connection. Ukraine has already moved to sever diplomatic ties with the Islamic Republic. The US expressed its concerns regarding Russia's acquisition of the drones from Iran. According to the US, the drones violated UN Security Council Resolution 2231 of the 2015 Iran nuclear deal. It contends that Resolution 2231 bars any transfers that could benefit nuclear-capable ballistic missiles. US State Department spokesperson Ned Price said, "We now have abundant evidence that these UAVs are being used to strike Ukrainian civilians and critical civilian infrastructure." He added, "We will not hesitate to use our sanctions and other appropriate tools on all involved in these transfers." James Kariuki, Britain's deputy UN ambassador, tweeted Tehran's denial that Russia is using Iranian drones to target civilians in Ukraine doesn't stand up to scrutiny. Russia said that the UN does not have the mandate to investigate its use of drones in Ukraine, calling it absolutely unprofessional and political. Russian diplomat Dmitry Polyanskiy denounced the baseless accusations and conspiracy theories, citing as evidence that the Russian word for geraniums was written on the drones, formerly known as unmanned aerial vehicles. The UAVs used by the Russian army in Ukraine are manufactured in Russia, Polyanskiy told reporters outside the Security Council, according to AFP. "I would recommend that you do not underestimate the technological capabilities of the Russian drone industry," the envoy said. He warned against any UN probe on the ground in Ukraine as part of enforcement of the existing sanctions on Iran. "The team doesn't have this mandate to conduct investigations, it is not part of the sanctions committee. So this would be absolutely unprofessional and political," he said. "If the UN Secretariat or Secretary-General Antonio Guterres still go ahead, we will have to reassess our collaboration with them, which is hardly in anyone's interest," Polyanskiy said. The United States, France and Britain called a closed-door Security Council meeting on the alleged sale of drones to Russia, which they described as a violation of UN arms restrictions on Iran. The European Union and United States both said they had evidence that Iran supplied the Shahed-136 low-cost drones that explode on landing and are blamed for 5 deaths Monday in the capital Kyiv as well as for the destruction of civilian infrastructure. Iran's UN envoy, Saeed Iravani, also rejected the unfounded and unsubstantiated claims on the drone transfers and said that Tehran, which has abstained in votes on the Ukraine war, wanted a peaceful resolution of the war. In July, U.S. National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said the U.S. had intelligence indicating that Russia is looking to Iran for UAVs. He indicated at the time that the Iranian government is preparing to provide Russia with several UAVs for use in Ukraine and train Russian forces to use these UAVs. A month later, it was reported that Iran had begun training Russians to use its drones, though it was also noted that Russia is experiencing numerous failures and technical glitches with the drones it purchased from Iran. Last month, Ukraine reported the first Russian attacks carried out using Iranian-made drones, targeting the south of the country, including the strategic city of Odessa on the Black Sea. Thanks for watching us today. See you again in the next update on 24 Hours Trending News Channel.